Vitale Wealth Management with this week's Grading Investment Market Update. All information is gathered as of the week of February 9th, 2026. Hope you had a great week so far. Let's get into the week in review. Major U.S. stock indexes ended the week lower, with the NASDAQ leading the decline at 2.08. The S&P was down 1.35 and the Dow fell 1.15. Now, in contrast, international developed and emerging markets gained 1.95 and 3.25% respectively last week. Large cap value stocks proved again more resilient than growth, declining 0.4 compared to 2.08 drop for the growth stocks. Now, ongoing shifts in expectations around AI and the outlook for larger technology companies remain top of mind for investors. This marked the fourth negative week out of the past five, underscoring continued market volatility. But we have also seen all-time highs being hit. So we're going to get this volatility. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs. U.S. equity markets will be closed, or were closed yesterday for the observance of President's Day. Upcoming economic releases, key economic data this week will offer insight into the last Fed meeting, GDP, growth, and inflation. Now, on Wednesday, minutes from the latest Fed meeting will be released, offering additional color on policymakers' thinking behind the most recent interest rate decisions. Of course, they did not cut rates last month. I don't know when the next one is. I think we're still going to get a couple rate cuts this year, especially since there'll be a new Fed chair in May. Now, on Friday, an updated estimate of fourth quarter GDP growth will be published, shedding light on economic momentum at the end of the last year. Also on Friday, the personal consumption expenditures, which is the PCE, will show more insights on the path of inflation, which all these tariffs are supposed to be so inflationary, yet inflation is starting to come down, which is kind of ironic. But we kind of had an idea that that's what was going to happen. Let's talk about market outlook. Last week's delayed jobs and unemployment report showed a lower unemployment rate at 4.3% and higher than expected job growth, with the U.S. adding 130,000 jobs in January, more than double the number that economists had expected. CPI inflation data came in softer than expected. It showed annual inflation of 2.4% in January, down 0.2 from 2.7 the prior month, and making it the lowest reading since May of 2025. Meanwhile, concerns around AI-driven disruption broadened beyond software stocks into other industrials. Wealth management stocks came under pressure following Altruist's announcement of an AI-powered tax planning tool. And real estate and freight and logistics companies also saw weakness amid the rollout of new technologies that could materially improve efficiency across these sectors. Now, earnings season is about 3/4 complete, with earnings growth remaining above analyst expectations. And the S&P 500 companies' earnings are now expected to grow by an average of 13.2% compared to 8.3% at the start of the earnings season, which is why the market is growing, right? Earnings grow the market. Recent activity, there was trade activity in the following portfolios: a G40I, they bought VUD, SKM, BABA, oh my gosh, just too many tickers to name. As you know, we rebalance all the portfolios every quarter. So in our G40I, which is our international portfolio, there was a lot of buying and selling, a lot of profit taking, a lot of rebalancing. Also the Tilt series, we added SMID, which is awesome. I'm so glad the small and mid cap portfolio and the G40, and we removed the hedge equity allocation, which is great for the Tilt portfolio. We needed that in there, so that's really good news. Stocks in the news: McDonald's, which is in the core selected G50, reported better than expected earnings amid promotions that boosted traffic and sales, and shares were up 0.61% for the week. That was a whole lot for this week. So thank you so much for being part of the Vitale Wealth family. If you'd like to get a hold of us, you know the number, 855-756-5700. Visit us at vitalewealth.com. Hope you're enjoying this little bit of a warm-up this week. It's nice to see the sun out, and hopefully we're turning the corner. God bless you. We'll see you again next week.